ever had, one of the most illicit ones I've ever had. You're pushing this intensity to where it feels like a really nice dose of alpha yo. But I will tell you guys, I can differentiate alpha yo versus DMHA versus caffeine. I've taken these enough, and I'm in tune with my body enough to know that. Yo, it's Drug-Free Dansby, and today we have Juiced by Quality Vitamins. What's this thing about, man? Before we get going, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, let's leave a comment so we can interact, get to know each other. Share this with somebody that takes supplements like this, man. And dude, you guys know I had to rock the Falcon shirt today. Want to shout out my boy Harry over at Wrestling Fitness and Supplements, man. He just posted a sick review. I'll put his link down below, man, so you can check out his channel, man. But he was rocking a Falcons jersey on his last review, so I was like, bro, I gotta whip out the Falcons shirt, show love to my home team. I live down here in Florida, but I'm originally born in Atlanta, raised in a town called Covington, Georgia. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. But man, I was at the gym this morning. I was meditating. I was talking to God, man. When I get up in the morning, I'm so excited because I get to hang out with Jesus all day long, man. I pray without ceasing. I try to listen to him. I try to hear from him. It's a lot easier for me to pray and talk than it is to listen to God, man. But it is an important part of my day. And what he kept laying on my heart today, man, because I'm really bad about this at times. And it says in Proverbs, power of life and death is in the tongue, man. There are so many times in my life where I was going through some crap and I couldn't understand why. And then I realized my self-talk and what was coming out of my mouth, man, I was kind of condemning my own life. It also says in Deuteronomy, I've set before you blessings and cursings, life or death. Pick life. Man, so I was literally speaking death over my life, man. Negativity, man. This isn't ever going to get better. You're always going to be destined to struggle. You know, all these things were coming out of my mouth. I would tell it to a friend or whatever, man. And I was creating my own reality, man. So how many of you guys know God's word is true? And how many of you guys know that? I mean, for me, it takes practice, man. Whenever I'm starting to get in a rut and I'm spiraling down because things in life aren't working my way, I have to start speaking life over my situation. And honestly, you know who helps me with that the most is my beautiful wife, man. She is such a strong woman of God, probably stronger than me in a lot of areas, man. I will get so stressed out and overwhelmed. And she is the voice of reason in our household, man. And she is helping me to be the leader and helping me be a godly person. I don't think I would be where I'm at today and grown so much over the last few years if it wasn't for my marriage, man. So I love her. Had no idea I was going to shout her out on this video, but she is the best. All right, so if you're a STEM junkie, you've probably heard about this pre-workout. This thing hit the scene, I think it was last year sometime. Maybe it was earlier this year. I don't want to misquote that. But rumors on this puppy here is that it is insane. I know there's some people that have said this just feels like an alpha yo bomb. It's not illicit. Man, I've seen all these crazy things. And at that time, man, I was getting ready to have a baby. I didn't really have the funds to get one of these babies. So I reached out to a guy on Reddit and I traded a pre-workout of mine that I didn't particularly like. I'm not going to say what it is. If you want to message me, I'll tell you what it is. But the taste was disgusting. I didn't have any illicit. So I was like, dude, I got to try freaking Juiced, man. I've seen some reviews on this thing and I heard this is absolutely bonkers. So if you look, this tub isn't particularly crazy, but I kind of like it. I like the little shiny Quality Vitamins here. I got the lemonade flavor. So I'll tell you guys a little bit about the flavor. So it was all right, man. It wasn't super nuts. It wasn't harsh or offensive. It went down fine. I will tell you, when you're first sipping it, you're like, yummy, and then the chemicals come in. So this is masking some chemicals, absolutely 100%, which is a good thing, man. When I take a pre-workout like this, especially if they say it's illicit, I'm like, all right, we about to be in for a ride, boys and girls. So it says time to get juiced. Energy, focus, and pump. So it looks legit. It's got a lot number. It's got a expiration date on it, all that good stuff. They're saying there's 2 batches. Almost dropped it. There's a new batch out now that has a different lid and it feels different. I don't know, boys. I got like a quarter of this tub left. So whenever it is done, I will probably buy another tub if possible and try to compare the 2 experiences because, boy, guys, I am still feeling insane right now. I told my boy Ace I didn't even know if I could do this review because of how crazy I'm feeling, but enough jibber jabber. Let's get into some supplement facts. All right, serving size, 1 scoop is 20 grams. So I put this on the scale this morning, and 1 level scoop was 18 grams for me. So definitely heap it a little bit. Regardless, I sometimes feel like the scoopers that come in these things can vary. So just get a scale, get you a digi scale. They're super cheap on Amazon. I can even link that down below for anyone that's, if you're gonna be putting ingredients like this in your body, especially if it's not listed on the label, rumors are this thing is spiked with something, the least you can do is weigh it out, get the full experience, or get less of the crazy experience so you don't have a terrible time in the gym. Because how many of you guys know we go to the gym to feel good, to be healthy, to live long? It's not to feel bad or be freaking out or have anxiety or whatever. So as far as spiked products go, you know, there's Excelsior, there's Smash AMF, and now this one right here is being compared to the latest and greatest spiked whatever it is. GGH is the one that discovered this thing, man, and I am super grateful. So, all right, back to supplement facts. All right, so this label's pretty simple, and I'm pretty appreciative of it. So start off with citrulline malate at 5,000 milligrams. So just a minimum amount. You will get some pumps from it, whatever. Next, we got beta-alanine at 3,200 milligrams. So that's the clinical dose. Next, we got some choline bitartrate at 1,000 milligrams. Then we got glycerol monosurate at 1,000 milligrams. That's for the pumps. Nice, juicy. I think I still got the pumps going right now, so we'll talk about that a little bit. Next, we got caffeine anhydrous at 400 milligrams. So that's a hefty dose, man. For me, that's my sweet spot. I like 300 to 350. Nothing more than 400. If I see 450 or 500, I'm like, poor heart, man. Let's get ready for this experience. All right. Now it is claiming that good DMHA 2-amino isoheptane at 200 milligrams. I love it. It doesn't say jugglins. It doesn't say English walnut. We're probably in the days where we'll never see 1,3-dimethylamine or however you say it, DMAA, but it is claiming DMHA on this label. So let's freaking go. Then we have L-Dopa at 150 milligrams. So I'll be honest with you guys. I like seeing labels like this. So in my diet, man, I look for things that have the most minimum amount of ingredients. I don't like to put so much stuff in my body. And especially if you have good quality ingredients, you don't need a whole lot of stuff to give you that enhancement and that good stuff whenever you're in the gym. You give me some caffeine, you give me a little bit of pump, you give me some mood elevation, and you give me illicit, I'm good, man. This is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ingredients it is claiming. So for 20 grams, if you add up everything on here, there is something missing, guys. You can do some simple math on this label. I'll let you guys figure it out. I'm not the biggest brainiac when it comes to math, but all the stuff on the label does not add up to 20 grams. So let you guys do the math on that. So let me tell you guys a little bit of my experience with this. I have ran this multiple times. The first time I took Juiced, I had a really crazy high stim tolerance. Hadn't been on a stim break in a long time. And it made me feel like the first time I ever took DMAA or DMHA. And it was absolutely incredible. I'm texting all the homies. I'm like, dear Lord, where did my tolerance go? Honestly, the first time I took it, it felt like taking crack Undead King, which shout out to Ace again. I've only tried that pre-workout one time, and it still goes down on my list for one of the most insane, maybe once a month pre-workouts you could ever take. So what do you feel on this thing? So I get to the gym 5-10 minutes in, man, I'm feeling it's crazy. It's not like the other pre-workouts I've reviewed recently where you start to feel a little bit of something like caffeine, maybe a little slight mood elevation or some alpha yo at first. You don't really get anything off the rip, but you feel this background slow build of something illicit, man. My belly was kind of burning a little bit, and this was actually today was my first time taking this on an empty stomach. So I do my first set. I'm not really feeling anything whatsoever. And probably by my third or fourth set, what I feel is this illicit focus just freaking wham, just hits you out of nowhere. Almost to where I was like starry-eyed, where like colors seem brighter. I'm not saying this is that, like some sort of drugs in here or whatever, but I got some heart rate action going on. But it wasn't anything crazy. But I just remember feeling like, oh my gosh. This time I took Juice, guys, it's been a long time. My stim tolerance is way down here right now. This thing felt absolutely insane. I got this intense aggression. I got this, the heart rate did go up a little bit more, but not in a way to where I'm like feeling, you know, I need to go sit down or go to the bathroom or be away. I wouldn't say this is a Chatterbox euphoric pre-workout. There is definitely, it's the star of the show is whatever is in this thing. So I will tell you guys, I take DMHA and DMAA all the time. This feels almost like that. You get some PP tingles. It feels really good, but it is so unique that I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, for me, it feels like a mix of Wildfire and Smash AMF. So with Smash AMF, you get that tunnel vision, that crazy focus, but it's at a more, for me, a lot more milder version to where there's not really this highness. But for this, you get this just unique buzz that comes in that is highness. It is super focused. The heart rate is up. You start sweating a little bit, which is amazing. But for me, the star of the show is whatever this thing is spiked with. It gives you added strength like crazy, guys. Like I was doing sets, I was doing way higher reps than I ever have, and I took this thing fasted. So normally when I'm lifting heavier and whenever I'm you know, going harder, doing more reps, I have some good carbs in my system. And for whatever reason, I felt like I ate enough yesterday. My stomach was feeling whatever. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take this fasted and see how it goes. Man, I will tell you guys. So probably about the 30-minute mark, you get a feeling that there's something in this, but it's not fully developed, and the highness and the mood elevation is just enough there to be like, all right, we're about to be in for a show. So I will say before the physical energy comes in, you get this, the mind, the buzzy, whatever feeling up here starts to hit in first. And I want to tell you guys, on an empty stomach at about 45 minutes in, I did have a little bit of fight or flight where my heart is up. I can see why people think Alpha Yo is in this, because when the chemical starts to kick in like crazy, you're pushing a level of intensity. Like this is one of the strongest ones I've ever had, one of the most illicit ones I've ever had. You're pushing this intensity to where it feels like a really nice dose of Alpha Yo. But I will tell you guys, I can differentiate Alpha Yo versus DMHA versus caffeine. I've taken these enough and I'm in tune with my body enough to know that there's no Alpha Yo in this, guys. From my experience, that's just my opinion. Now, I'm not saying there's not batches that are just straight Alpha Yo and there's nothing illicit, but I did just send a sample out to one of the guys on Reddit, so I'm going to reach out to him and see what he thinks about this thing. But this, guys, this is unique. This is something, do not take if you got to work later that day. This is definitely a day off, high stim Saturday, maybe once a month. For me, I didn't really want to be around people as much. It wasn't like the, you know, just running at the mouth, want to dance thing. This was a mix of get crap done aggression like crack gold with this euphoric mood elevation, feeling good, but it feels naughty. It feels, there's something ain't right about this, guy. So I'm glad it's in my rotation. I'm glad I can deliver this review for you guys. I will say this is probably the most stim junkie of stim junkie pre-workouts. Be very careful with this. I don't want anyone that watches my channel to go buy a tub of juice. By the way, go to NutriCartel, use code DFD. I'll link it down below. Get you 15% off on this thing if you want to try it, but please, please, please proceed with caution. I consider myself an advanced user of these products, and this thing is really almost on the too strong side for me, but it was still pleasant. I'm freaking sore. I did a nice back and bicep day. It will power you through your workout 100%. It gets the job done. Before we go though, guys, remember, get pumped, not drunk. Peace.